Hey everyone, how's it going? Dr. Ironbat Prime 2.0 back again with this new video of mine, and I am here to give you guys my thoughts and review on the movie Transformers 1. No, not that one. I mean, don't get me wrong, that one's great, but this one, I'm talking about the new one, of course. So, I literally just got back from seeing it on the big screen, better late than never, but wrapping my thoughts to a close and to my opinion, I'm just gonna be honest and say this, and don't worry, I will be spoiler free, but I loved it. I enjoy it. It is like my number one favorite Transformers movie, and it is just that good in my opinion. I will be honest and say I was a bit skeptical at first because the first trailer that dropped all those months ago was kind of showing like a bit of a kid-friendly side to it, and well, I was just worried that maybe I might hate this, but in my opinion, again, I love it. I enjoy it. This is a Transformers movie that us Transformer fans like me have just been dying to see, and we've been asking for and begging for. I mean, the storyline is very much like it takes place on Cybertron. It's a prequel story of like Optimus Prime and Megatron from like their bond of how they went from brothers and friends to becoming enemies. I mean, there's a lot more to it. And again, I wish I could go into detail of everything else, but it would just get too spoilerish. So yeah, I'm just trying to keep this as spoiler free as I can, but yeah, that's just my way of just summing it up. But as for other things I really liked about this film, I love the art style and the animation. I will admit and go far as say this is like the Spider-Verse of Transformers movies. And yes, I know there is like a dozen other like Transformers animated shows and movies that are like animated and or different computer styles of animation, but this one really knocks out the park. I mean, this is supposed to be like a prequel story, a fresh new take, a fresh new start. This is like for the new generation of Transformer fans. And I'll admit, may not be my generation, but it's a generation I'm gonna grow up with because my generation was very much like Transformers Prime, a couple other cartoons from before then, and same goes for like the Michael Bay movies, and well, of course, other live action movies. And again, I mean, that's just my era, like when I started to become a true diehard fan of Transformers. But this, again, this is like a fresh new take, fresh new spin. That's what it is, a fresh new take. And this is just what us Transformers fans needed. Because, I mean, it tells a story from start to finish of like two brothers, other allies would come, and yeah, I'll admit, there might have been a lot to process. And I will admit, my brain was still trying to process everything that we saw. I mean, there were Autobots and Decepticons of like familiar faces, and I was like, oh my god, there's this one, oh my god, there's that one. That was literally me when I saw Spider-Man Across the Spider-Verse last year when I was pointing out this Spider-Man from that Spider-Man. That I had the same reaction. So, yeah, I mean, that's a lot. I know that might be a lot, but just try and bear with me. So, another thing I do like about this movie, the casting. Now, I will be honest and say, sure, when it comes to Hollywood and LA making like $1 million animated movies on the big screen, they just want like big time celebrities and actors and not real deal voice actors. I'll admit, I was a bit skeptical at first because of what we had so far. I mean, we had Chris Hemsworth himself voicing Orion Pax, and we even had Brian T. Henry voice D16, aka Megatron. And sure, I will be honest and say, sure, it's not Peter Cullen and Frank Welker who are like the two most iconic voices for Optimus Prime and Megatron, and you can't have one without the other. But I think their voices are good. I mean, again, they're not like the OGs because let's face it, the OGs are about to retire. They've been voicing these characters for like since 1984, so Yeah, 40 years, I know. I mean, this year marks the 40-year anniversary of the Transformers. I know. I'm like, I'm also like half of that age, I will admit. But yeah, I mean, I agree when I say that their voices, they nailed it. They were good. I mean, I get that this is a prequel story and you need like young, fresh actors and, well, voice actors and those that can really like sound like the character. I will admit, sure, they didn't really sound very robotic, but hey, I mean, I get that they want to try have a new, different spin and take on these characters and different spin and take on these on every Transformers character. But the rest of the cast and crew, they were great and they were good. So other characters we had were Scarlett Johansson, who voiced Alita 1. We had Lawrence Fishburne voiced Alpha Trion. Starscream was voiced by Steve Buscemi. We had Sentinel Prime voiced by John Hamm. And of course, Keegan-Michael Key was the voice actor of B-127. Or as he called himself in the movie, Badassatron. I don't know, that's just my best way of, well, of how he said it in the movie. But yeah, besides that, again, the casting was good. I will give props on the voice cast. Again, sure, they're not real deal voice actors and they're just $1 million actors and big time celebrities, but hey, they sounded good and I like what they were trying to do. So another thing I do want to talk about, like story-wise, I love how this is very much like a prequel story. I mean, it's very much just like some of the old-fashioned Transformers stories that was my genre and my era. I mean, I grew up watching like several different cartoons. I've seen the movies a million times. So I knew these things front and back. I knew these characters. I knew exactly where the story was going. So yeah, I will admit, I knew where things were going. Like I wasn't even spoiled, honest, but there was just things that had me shocked and I was like, oh my God, mind blown. And I will admit, I laughed. There was a couple of hit the heart moments. I mean, this is pretty much the story of how Orion Pax would become Optimus Prime, being the leader of the Autobots, and, well, how he would become into growing into a very powerful leader. And of course, this is also on D16 of how he would go from like a miner and just like Orion, and he would go on this dark path to becoming like how to become the leader of the Decepticons. I mean, again, this is a new, fresh take spin on the Transformers franchise. It's a new era, it's a new genre, a new generation, and I could definitely see potential of a sequel in the making. So yeah, if there is a sequel, it's probably gonna be a while, but I'm down for a sequel. I'm down for other Transformer things because I'm a Transformers fan and nerd at heart. Like, I will be honest and say, Marvel and DC will always be my babies and will always be my favorite thing in the world of fiction. But my second favorite is Star Wars, and my third favorite is Transformers. But that's just my opinion. That's just my nerd side talking. So, just wrapping my thoughts to a close, absolutely love this movie. It is the best Transformers movie ever made, in my opinion. And I will admit, second best movie of this year, right next to Deadpool and Wolverine. So there, I said it. So yeah, that's pretty much everything I could say about this review and about this movie. Definitely go see it while it's still up on the big screen, but if you want to wait till it hits Paramount Plus or something, understanding. But hey, if you are an any of a Transformers fan like me, this is definitely something that you will love and enjoy. I know that there are other opinions, other reviews out there that may have the opposite or will say something different, but hey, this whole video is just my opinion and my thoughts and review on the film. So thank you all so much for watching. So just to wrap up this video of mine, don't forget to subscribe to my channel by hitting subscribe right down there, hit the bell, hit the comments, and just hit the thumbs up so I know you guys like this video or even love it. And again, comment below. I'm always reading the comments. Hit the bell again so that way you guys are notified for my next video. But also don't forget to follow me on all my social media stuff, which is just right here. Follow me on Instagram, follow me on TikTok, follow me on Twitter, follow me I just might follow you guys right back at you. But until next time, this is Dr. Iron Bat Prime 2.0 out and about, and, well, Autobots, transform and roll out. That's just my best impression of Optimus Prime, but, yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not the best.